How's it going, everybody? Thank you for joining me for another reaction to Jujutsu Kaisen. So last time, Junpei, out of nowhere, just died. And it seems like that's it for him. That was very sudden and unexpected. And now Yuji got so pissed, he gets to team up with Nanami. And I gotta say, I'm excited to see how that goes down. That should be a fun battle. So, thank you once again to my patrons for voting for this show. If you want to check out the Patreon, the link is down there. It's the best way to help support the channel if you enjoy the videos that I make. It lets you vote in polls, it lets you watch the full-length versions of all these reactions, and it gives you early access. You can watch episodes 14, 15, 16, and 17 over there right now if you want to, but either way, thank you for being here. We are going to jump into Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 13. Okay, transfiguration time. Oh, he's got an eye on his hand. Hello. Little Pan's Labyrinth reference for you. The dodging. There's so much dodging. Can you guys take him out together? Whoa! Full-on spike mode. Holy shit. He's still experimenting. He's still having fun. He's learning which transformations work and which ones don't. He's just enjoying himself. Like, whoa! Oh, look at him, he's a little kid. He turned into a baby. So he could be smaller and dodge. Oh, that's interesting. Good for him. What are you? Oh, God. Of course, he's sending out some of the humans that he just keeps in. I was wondering where he kept them. In there. Yeah, in him. I know that you don't want to, Yuji, but you're gonna have to. You can't just run away. They're really dead already. You'd be doing them a kindness. You're gonna have to do it. It's not the same as murder. Come on, Yuji. There you go. He figured out what to do. He knew. He overcame that problem. I think he did. Yes! Slice him in the face! Oh! You thought you could change shape, but you got double teamed. Oh, no, they're just not gonna let up. You just gotta keep hitting him and cutting him and... Oh my god. They are not gonna let up at all. Look at that shit. Whoa. Domain expansion? Oh god, is he gonna do that? Is he gonna learn how to do that in this moment? What the hell? Oh, he is. He's doing it. Oh shit. That's probably bad. Whoa, I love all the hands. Shigaraki, eat your heart out. You allowed me to unlock my new ability. Oh shit, now we get the OP? My god. After 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, why not? Oh, he only got Nanami in there? And Yuji can't get in. Oh shit. Okay, it's not even a team battle anymore. That sucks. Well, you gotta deal with it then. Oh, that's gross. Yeah, that's terrifying. All it takes normally is a simple touch from him. Maybe a couple, but now it's like he's touching you just by you being here. Look at his pose, so majestic. Is this flashback leading up to death or flashback leading up to power up? Hopefully that one. So for a while he just worked as like a normal salary man, just some office, financial, whatever guy. Not nearly as interesting as Jujutsu sorcery. Of course! Alright, so he had a sleazy ass boss in a shitty ass job. I guess he eventually became jaded with that and was like, fine, I don't like sorcery either, but everything about being an adult sucks, so I guess I'll just go with that. So you say, you're talking about money, earning an easy living, but I guess that ended up not being enough for you anymore. Which is understandable. It's not always about money. Sometimes you want to go out there and do some good. I guess it's not like lethal, it's just a tiny little curse, so it's not a big deal. But you know, go ahead. Help her out. He's thinking about money, but he's also realizing my job doesn't really need to exist. It's kind of shitty, and yet I get so much for it, even though you're giving people food. People might shit on like fast food workers, but how many people eat their fast food every day? How many people need food? That's an important job. Yeah, you got a good thank you. Something you probably don't really get from the other job. How much money was that one thank you worth? So that's gonna send him back, calling Gojo to send him back to the school. Uh-oh. Goggles off. That means it's serious. Oh shit. I can't wait to see what he does. Oh. Did Yuji break through? Okay. Maybe Nanami couldn't have done anything. He had to get... How did he get in? Okay, we're back to the team battle. Cool. Oh shit. He's gonna get a lecture again. A talking down to from Big Boss Sukuna. Oh shit. Aside from him. Really? He's like the... I know he impressed you with that one fight, but he really impressed you that much? I mean, good for him. Good for Fushiguro. That's a lot of blood. Oh my god. How much you got in there, man? Holy shit. Whoa. Yuji's like, I don't know what just happened, but there's no point standing around staring about it. I'm gonna keep attacking. Yeah, you used your trump card and then it got destroyed. So what are you gonna do now? Whoa! Giant mode. Whoa, look at that. Oh. Yeah, it is huge. Which means you got a big target for a nice solid punch. But what if he blows up or something? I don't know what he got so big for. Whoa! Holy shit, he is gonna blow up. As a result, oh, he popped. What happened? He's gotta be, maybe he went tiny. Nanami no. Oh, he's escaping. Yeah. You know, he's not gonna go down that easily. Oh shit. I think he got away. Again! Yuji's injuries finally caught up with him too. Yeah. It's over. He got away. Wow, that sucks. You lost Junpei. Couldn't even beat Mahito. Mahito got stronger as a result of fighting you. That sucks. He was touching everything inside his domain. That includes Sukuna, so... Yeah. It was basically Sukuna, just because of his pride. No, you didn't kill anybody. It's okay. But you can't help everybody. Clearly. It's a hard lesson that he had to learn here. Just do what you can. And those disfigured humans, you know, you gave them the best death that they could have after what happened. Mahito is the one who really killed them. He is to blame. Survey on bullying. Let's see if we can get some progress made at these schools. Don't just look the other way! You acted too late. What do you know? The teacher actually is saying something. He got his pants pulled down, and maybe that was a lesson for him. And of course what happened after that, but he's actually taking action. Good for him. Good! You don't need it, fuck you. Good for him. The teacher had a fucking arc. Awesome. I didn't expect that. You know what? Good for him. Oh, we're gonna get a little cooking show. Okay. Why not? Thanks. Oh, he learned it from Yuji, who they still think is dead. He just went through a whole ass arc. This whole ass big thing happened. They don't even know about any of it. Well, they'll find out soon. Alright, so we have finished off that arc. We are going to be moving on to the exchange event finally, which I've been really excited to see, so I am looking forward to that, seeing all these different characters and their powers and their interactions. But for now, yeah, Junpei is dead. It's really, really nice seeing that the teacher had an arc, which was totally unexpected. He was just this goofy, ridiculous, fat teacher guy who I'm just like, get the hell out of here. But he's actually learned from what happened. And that's really nice to see. Who knows if there will be meaningful change, but you can only hope so. It's a shame that it often takes something crossing over that tipping point, something really tragic happening, before people really start to take notice and then start changing after it's already kind of too late. But at least maybe some other people could be helped in the future after what Junpei had to go through. But just like that, Junpei is dead. Which, this whole time, like, I've been mentally preparing myself for, okay, the point of this arc is to introduce Junpei, among other things, like with Mahito, but the main point is to introduce Junpei, because he's going to be around as a cast member at the school, as a friend, going forward. He'll be at the exchange event. He'll be in the rest of the story, and that's what all this is building towards. And so now I just suddenly am blindsided, and it's like, no, he's just dead. So, good episode. I've enjoyed every episode. I've enjoyed this show so far. If I can offer a little criticism, something that I have noticed sometimes with new manga authors, especially in Shonen Jump, where there's a lot of stress. Gotta meet those deadlines, gotta make those reader surveys, you gotta make sure you don't get canceled. That sometimes I've found that newer authors sometimes struggle in the early days of their work with structuring their story. And I felt that a little bit here, like with the fact that Yuji died so early on, you know, and so that he's just been separate from everybody and nobody even knows, when we really didn't get like a lot of time with them together in the first place, especially Nobara. The only time they spent together that we saw was her introductory episode, and then immediately after that he's dead to them. And then we're building up to the exchange event, then we interrupt that whole thing for this arc, and then Junpei doesn't even survive, and so we just kind of fought Mahito, and then he escaped. And then we fought him again, and then he escaped again. And so it feels a little structurally like the author is trying to find his footing with the pacing, which is not like a huge criticism or anything. It's just a small thing, you know. I still like what we've gotten so far, and I mostly like the way it's been handled. I just think the pacing and the structure could have been tightened up a little bit, because overall this arc, it showed us a lot more of Mahito, showed us a lot of Nanami, gave Yuji a couple of lessons, which I hope will be relevant for him going forward. But it just feels like it could have been tightened up a little bit. But it mostly works for what it was going for. Yuji having to kill these disfigured humans, being willing to do that. I still wonder where it'll lead in the future, if it's going to get even darker, if he has to face like actual humans, because with them, the best thing to do was to kill them. And it's Mahito's fault. So you can't be blaming yourself. It's not a bad thing that you did. Will he really be pushed far enough to where he has to take an actual life? I don't know. But for now, he's questioning his ideals a little bit, and he's learning that he can't save everybody, at the very least. Obviously, some dark shit is going to happen in this line of work. So I'm curious to see how much this affects him going forward and how much Junpei sticks with him. And we got to see a little bit more Sukuna, a little bit more of that domain expansion. I still want to see a lot more of it, because I feel like we haven't really gotten a good proper taste of it. Because Jogo did it, but Gojo was too OP, so he was just like, hey, fuck you, reverse card. And now Mahito did it, and we didn't get to see what happened after that because Yuji and Sukuna interrupted. But I love the visuals of all the hands. Some real Shigaraki moments, especially he's even got the white hair. But there's that shot in the OP of his mouth with the hands in it, and that shot only shows up for a second, so I always wondered in the OP what that was, and now I finally know, so that's pretty cool. But I guess if Nanami hadn't been saved, he would have just died. I thought he was gonna do something when he took off the goggles, but he was just kind of accepting his fate. He would have just died, which is pretty brutal. The domain expansion, that's another criticism I do have of this series so far, is that I do find the power system to be more vague than I would like. Because, like, so you just do domain expansion and then you just win? That just seems kind of weird. So we haven't really seen any good examples of it in action because of Gojo's OP-ness, and now because of this one. I just said penis, that's pretty funny. But now this one, because it got interrupted, he got saved. So I need to see more of the domain expansion, because for now it's a cool idea, but I don't know how you really implement it in the story, so I need to see more of it. But yeah, I guess you can get in from the outside. because normally you wouldn't want to, so it doesn't matter that much. But if you are Yuji and you do want to, then you can do it. And then Sukuna is just like, bitch, I told you, don't touch me again. And even if he's not at full power, he can just make Mahito gush all that blood. But Mahito's transformations are still really cool. Getting giant, getting tiny, them beating the shit out of him, that looked kind of like, it just reminded me of Civil War with Cap and Bucky beating up Iron Man in between the two of them, just pounding on him relentlessly. That was a lot of fun. This definitely establishes Mahito as a bigger villain, a bigger rival for Yuji personally in the future. As long as, you know, we don't always have these arcs where the villains just get away. It makes it feel like less progress is being made than I would like. It makes it feel like an old Transformers cartoon or something. Like I would always watch Transformers in the morning before school when I was in middle school, and I just remember like they would fight, and then Megatron would just be like, ah, darn you, Optimus, and then just leave. And it's like, all right, well, okay, it's left again. So, you know, eventually you got to start actually killing some of these villains and making some progress there. But for now, it's just kind of showing the threat, because Mahito has gotten stronger as a result of all of this. You know, they're still working on their plans in the background. They're learning more about you guys. A potential ally that you could have had, Junpei, to join your low numbers, he's dead, so didn't work out that well for you guys. But it was really nice seeing Nanami's backstory. Somebody who was jaded with the sorcery business, like, whatever, I'm just gonna go earn money and just live a normal, easy life. But he really couldn't. As much as he wanted to convince himself that that's what mattered the most, money, that he didn't need to make himself look like a weirdo in front of this girl, that sorcery is stupid, he felt like he had some kind of calling. He's like, this job is bullshit. I'm just making the rich richer. It's a job that doesn't really need to exist the way something simple like working at a bakery does. You're feeding people, and she's like a really kind person. She's bringing a smile to people's faces doing all this, and yet he's paid so much more. He's working with this shitty boss, this shitty company. So that's kind of cool. I like that, and that made him realize what he really needs to do with his life, and that money isn't everything, which is really nice. I already like Nanami a lot, but that backstory made me like him even more. Made me glad he survived, because I was worried. I was like, okay, are we building up to a death? I didn't think so, because it was still pretty early. I didn't think Nanami would die that quickly, but you never know. There's always the chance. After Junpei died, if Nanami died immediately after, that'd be kind of nuts. So I didn't think it would happen, but it's a little bit worried. It's a good backstory, though. Something I firmly believe in. It's definitely not all about money. It's about trying to do good in the world and trying to do whatever you can find that makes you happy, whatever you think helps you contribute. So I guess everybody's gonna get to find out that Yuji has been alive. That should be fun. They're just gonna be like, what the what? And then Gojo will just be like, yeah, it's funny, right? Haha. and then we'll move on, I guess. So I'm excited for the exchange event. Let me know your thoughts on this episode and this arc. Do you feel like the pacing and the structure has been like a little bit off? Again, it's not like a huge criticism. It's just kind of like a natural consequence of a new manga author kind of like finding their footing and figuring out what they want their story to be and getting used to the weekly schedule. And, you know, the story's growing into its own, and usually it improves over time. So yeah, just something I wanted to bring up. But let me know your thoughts on everything. We can talk about it in the comments. Thank you so much. Check out the Patreon. I appreciate that, and I hope to see you for the next episode.